Hi guys, welcome to Fight or Not to Fight Ministries. I'm back. I really did miss you guys so much. I'm so glad to be back. And today, guys, I have a really great word that came straight from the throne room of the Lord. So I am just going to get right into it. So guys, the Lord gave me instructions in regards to the promise. He presented me with a series of questions, and he asked me, if your promise was to come tomorrow, would you be ready to receive it and all that comes with the promise? Are you in a posture of readiness? Can you sustain the promise? And guys, the definition of sustain is to strengthen or support physically or mentally. So the question I would ask myself, guys, is can I strengthen and support physically, mentally, or spiritually the promise? So guys, these questions can mean different things for many of us, and it depends on really what your promise is. And I'll give you an example of what some of these questions can mean. For those of us who are looking towards God to restore relationships or marriages, specifically in regards to men, these are the questions that I would ask myself if I were a man or if I were you. Do you have a roof to put over your wife's head? Do you have enough financial means to meet her needs as a provider? You don't have to be rich, but can you meet the essential needs of the woman you are praying for? Now, in regards to the women, are you ready for the daily functions of what it requires to upkeep a house? Are you cleaning and cooking regularly, or at least multiple times a week? Can you prepare the food your husband provides for you? Are you willing to let him lead and be the head of the household? Are you in a posture where you have forgiven him completely, forgiven all of the hurt, forgiven all of the pain that he or she, because this could be for both spouses, have caused you? And are you now ready to fully submit to him as a wife should? For the single and for some married people too, are you working on becoming the promise you want to receive? That is a big one. I'll read that again. Are you working on becoming the promise you want to receive? To further break that down, everything you desire from God in a spouse, do you possess the same qualities? Are you loving, forgiving? Are you understanding? Do you have a gentle and a quiet spirit? Or are you rough and loud whenever your feelings are hurt? Are your emotions in check? Do you have self-control when your feelings are hurt? Some of us need to be prepared for an acceleration of ministry when we receive our promise. We need to prepare to be in the public eye. So we have to package ourselves to represent God most and foremost, but also our spouses. Public figures normally do not walk outside of the house unkempt. They normally do not walk out looking a mess. So some of us need to get our temples, which is our bodies, together. Some of us will have to physically be able to manage what God is about to give us. So we need to start working on our health and the foods we are eating. I believe the promise has never been closer, guys. But I also know that we serve a God of order and of excellence. God will not give us a promise we cannot sustain. So we have to get our house in order, for the promise waits on our obedience. And I'll read this again one last time so we could really get it. I'll read it as if I'm just talking directly to you. God will not give you a promise you cannot sustain. Get your house in order, for the promise waits on your obedience. Sometimes the promise waits on what God has told you to do in seasons before that you still have not completed. Get your house in order. Don't delay yourself. Don't delay your own self. The promise waits on your obedience. Guys, as always, Jesus loves you. I love you too. And until next time.